were skeptics of Ford's aluminum truck B Danbury Gambit, but in a February issue comparison test, a $60,000 plus F-150 SuperCrew with a twin-turbocharged 3.5-liter V6 dispatched the mostly steel Fords or competition from Chevrolet, Ram, and Toyota. But there's a new, even smaller engine on the F-150's order sheet, a 2.7-liter V6. How, we wondered, would it fare under the hood of the mostly non-ferrous Ford? Positioned in price between the base 282 horsepower V6 and the 385 horsepower 5.0-liter V8, the iron and aluminum block 2.7 makes 325 horsepower with the help of two turbos. The $795 upcharge for it over the naturally aspirated base 6 costs less than the F-150's optional sunroof $995. A V8 runs $1,595, and the Tofol 3.5-liter turbo V6 is $1,995. Top. A very truckish looking truck driving in a pleasantly car-like manner but getting decidedly truck-like fuel economy. The 2.7 hustles this truck to 60 miles per hour in 5.7 seconds and through the quarter mile in 14.3. That's 0.1 second slower to 60 and 0.1 second quicker in the quarter than a 365 horsepower 3.5-liter turbo V6 that won the Comparo. Consider it money well spent if you're into whole shots, in the supercab at least. At £4,874, this model is more than £700 lighter than that crew cab we keep referring to. We haven't tested an extended cab half-ton truck in a while, but we have tested the subaltern Chevrolet Colorado. In crew cab form, the 305 horsepower Colorado is more than £300 lighter and 1.2 seconds slower in the quarter mile. The lack of full rear doors reminded us why the larger trucks have become so popular. We had to move the passenger seat up to comfortably fit an adult in the back seat. It's not as tight as we remember extended cabs to be, but still no comparison to the limb-like splendor of having 4 real doors. Taking mass out of any truck while maintaining its payload capacity poses a challenge for chassis engineers. This F-150 carries up to 1,626 pounds of people and stuff, which represents a 36% increase in mass over its unladen self. The rated payload capacity is 1,740 pounds, with a gross vehicle weight rating of 6,500 pounds. With such a large load-town-loaded ratio, we expected the ride to be compromised, but it isn't. Potholes and speed bumps induce no head toss, and the steering is uncharacteristically accurate for a truck. In fact, all of this F-150's on-road behavior is car-like by truck standards. Unfortunately, the 2.7 EcoBoost CPA fuel economy ratings of 18 miles per gallon city and 23 miles per gallon highway don't translate to the real world. We averaged 16 miles per gallon over more than 1,000 miles of mixed winter driving, and we didn't load the bed with car parts, tow a trailer, or disable the overly aggressive stop-start engine function. We love this F-150's car-like demeanor and performance. But despite being quick off the line, the V6s don't sound or feel like truck engines, and that's something we miss. For about $43,000, or the cost of this F-150, one could get a similarly equipped V8 from Chevy or Ram. Show us someone who isn't a sucker for a V8 and we'll show you a very non-traditional truck buyer.